Hey there, welcome to the review of the Hero 366 fountain pen. I've got nothing else smart to say in the intro, so let's get into it. So this is the Hero 366 hooded fountain pen. I bought this for $1 off eBay. I don't know, I think I bought this at 2 in the morning when I was just scouring the depths of the eBay, and like $1 fountain pen, I got I ordered, a Parker. I got Lamigs, and they cost well over $50 each. And this thing here is only $1. So, um, first thing you do, click on the button. Next thing, you wait 1.5 months until it ships all the way from China to Sydney, and that was a pretty painful process, but it was actually pretty cool once you got it out the box until you touched it, because you're greeted with, I don't know, this really flimsy, well, not flimsy, but this really cheap body. Now I know it's $1, and I've gotten other cheap fountain pens from eBay, such as Jinhaos and Bowers, but this does feel particularly cheap. Um, I have a Jinhao 599A, and the plastic on it is, I'm not going to say it's amazingly solid, but it is a pretty substantial piece of plastic. But this, especially where it attaches right here when you undo it, right here at the threads, it really feels that if you put any amount of pressure on it, it is going to snap off. And same there for the cap. The cap, yes, it is a really nice springy cap, which I do like. It's made from this really cheap metal, no clue, and it feels like if I sit on it or anything, it probably would bend. It really does feel like I made it in a night. And would you buy a pen that I made in a night? I bloody well hope not. So let's have a look at the nib. Now it is a hooded nib, and it only comes in one size, and it feels like a Lamy medium between it. It said fine, but it's just Chinese fine, so it's more of a German European fine, and it is hooded. Don't know if you guys can see that. Come on, focus in. I'll have to put some screenshots up, but it is hooded, and as far as quality control goes, these Chinese pens do not do, they do not have good quality control at all. When I first received this pen, the nib was out of alignment with the sort of arrow shape of the head. It was sort of out by about 10 to 15 degrees, which was, I could not have that. So I think I spent about half an hour trying to realign the nib. Finally got there, but damn was that an annoying process. So the back, unscrew it, and of course you come to sort of an ink bladder system, and what happens is, what you do is you get your pen, dip it in some ink, and you sort of press on this sort of nipple sort of thing, and it will make a vacuum, and when you let go, it will draw ink up into the sort of the bladder. Unfortunately, I put red ink. I put Parker red in it, and this has just stained it, scarred it for life. It scarred it red. Whatever red does to it, it just scarred it. So this thing has been stained red, and it doesn't really affect the ink that you put in it afterwards, but it is pretty annoying. Like, I put blue and black in it for ages. Absolutely nothing went wrong, but the second you put red, ooh, could not handle that. So I think this is a pretty awesome filling system for a $1 pen. The only other issue apart from it staining is it's a real pain in the ass to clean. Like, you have to disassemble it. The way you disassemble it is you also unscrew this section. I'm not going to do it, but you unscrew this section and then you really have to flush the whole thing out with water. And believe me, ink gets in places you would never have thought. A lot of fountain people say that, and it is really true for this pen. So, other thoughts. Yes, nib. It's a hooded nib. That means it is incredibly stiff. There's no flex whatsoever, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. If you want it to write like a ballpoint pen, this is pretty much the pen for you. There's not much feedback in it. It's not scratchy. It is a really good pen. Well, nib, but there's nothing exciting about it. And as far as feed goes, it is a really wet feed. Like, look at the breather hole on that. That is one big breather hole. So when you put this on the page, it will just ooze out ink. There's been a lot of people say that these run dry really quickly. Probably because of the poor quality control. There's probably pens that do flip shit when you try and write with them, but this is not one of them. This is a really good pen. And now the overarching thing that a lot of people will probably point out, its size. This is a really small pen. I have a Uniball Insight pen, and this is the Hero, and it is incredibly small. Like, actually, there's no way that you can really hold it comfortably without posting it. Like, look at that, that's there's no way you can hold that comfortably, so you really have to post the pen, and once you post the pen, yeah, it becomes really comfortable. The only thing is, if you like a heavier pen, this is not something for you. As I said before, it feels cheap and it's incredibly light. There's hardly any plastic in it. It's just so thin. So, okay, let's do a writing sample and hope you enjoyed the video. Alright then. Okay, so writing sample. Sorry if it's a bit uninspired, but I'm trying to get the point across. So, this is the Hero 366. It sort of has a fine / medium nib, and we're using Parker Quink Black. Everyone loves a good Parker Quink. Okay, so let's do this. Quick brown fox over the appalling handwriting, but not really used to writing on my side like that. Okay, so let's do wetness tests. Oops. Alright. Okay, so wetness. As I said before, some people complain about it being absolutely dry, but that shows it's not that bad. Okay, so line variation. 2, 3. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. There's not much line variation on these ones. These ones, let's do this one with increasing pressure. And there's pretty much no variation in these lines here. Not much there. It's pretty much consistent along the whole thing. And of course, there we go. Alright, so thanks for watching the first video, and hopefully more to come.